Well, didn't really want to make this video, hoping though that this will never happen. But as much as I don't want to sound like a doom and gloom, honestly, I feared this was gonna happen regardless. So, who you see in front of you? Well, it's the guy behind a whole shitstorm genshin. This man has done so much damage. Honestly, I didn't really want to make much video about it until I had much idea of what's going on, but here's the gist of him. Apparently, he used to work for basically Honkai back in the day and was shipped out to Genshin. And apparently, he is the definition of a guy who generally just do not care. In fact, there's a summary of him that you can actually find of this particular man. I think is a very good way of summarizing it. And this is just about it, honestly. So, you may be asking yourself, okay, so this man just generally does not really care about the player and stuff like that. And here's the thing, as much as I get people would just blame him from the whole thing, well, there's more to it than just that, honestly. And in order to really give you people an idea of the reality of this guy and why things is this way as it is, well, he's not alone, honestly. And as much as I really don't want to make this video, honestly, I think it's about time I kind of like state what I have found out as a whole, honestly. And really give my sense on this whole situation with the Genshin anniversary and the whole stuff. Because I did play the game and I've been keeping a relatively close eye, and apparently this guy's been popping up. Yet, if it was all just down to him, then why not do something about it? Why has nothing been done about it? Well, here's the thing. China is a closed-off nation. Basically, a lot of the things you people say towards them will never be heard because China is a censored nation, honestly. And as a result of this, honestly, you can criticize as much as you want, but reality is, how are they even going to be able to find out? I mean, Twitter/X is banned in China. YouTube is banned on China. So, well, you people can really say whatever you want, honestly. Well, the reality is you just can't really put your fate into the company, because why should they care about you? After all, these people, they don't care. They just want to see the world burn. They want to see US burn, honestly. They want to see Europe burn. And ask yourself the question, one entire country's government has been an absolute dick to their own people, to their own competition, and has become so vastly unethical. I mean, seriously. Like, what can we do? Honestly. And this is a reality. Guys like him, this guy, may simply be just one problem, but in reality, honestly, it's a whole hell of a deeper than that, honestly. And you want to see this game you all give so much of a fuck about? Well, there's more than one people to blame, in fact a lot, honestly. And for now, honestly, I don't want to get too political, but I think some people might actually be at least able to put two and two together what I'm trying to say. I'm obviously talking about the Chinese government as a whole, and how it has done more harm than goods for the people. And people can come and say whatever they want, like, obviously they'll have done nothing wrong, but hey, I don't want to start any conversation with anything too over the top, but I just want people to understand. For starters, you people want this game to actually become better, well, good luck. Because I left it. I left it a long time ago. I left it probably like a year ago now, honestly. And for a while now, I've been keeping a close eye peel on what's been going on though in China. To be frank, and to be honestly, like if anybody have any hopes that Genshin is gonna become anything better, well, guess what? You got a hard hill to climb. Because as long as we have people like the Chinese government doing the thing they're doing, we're just gonna have to ask ourselves honestly, what can we really do? Because we have seen though a lot of the censorship that has been happening with MiHoYo. Honestly, all of our favorite character being changed and become nothing more than a lazy factory made design. Honestly, why care about a game that doesn't care about you? You're really gonna have to ask yourself that question. And as long though as the Chinese people has become the way they are thanks to certain groups, honestly, you're really just gonna have to ask yourself the question, is it really worth it? But honestly, I left it. Yet I'm still seeing the aftermath and the fighting's going on, and the fact that now there's literally how many people have left now? I think there's like 5 million that has left now currently who is subscribed to their channel. I mean, just think about that for a moment. Honestly, it's the fact that like the live stream was that bad, and the fact that one guy, like people blaming it on one guy. Like think about that. If it was just one guy, then something would be done about it, right? I mean, that would have been it, but it isn't. Because here's the thing, like this is just not how thing goes. Honestly, there's always one person who has more things to do, and honestly, to all you Genshin fan out there, I mean, I have respect for what you guys are doing, but you're fighting a battle though that I long since realized though that cannot be won until a certain individual really truly showcase what he's doing as a whole. And I know what people are thinking, but I have came to a conclusion though that until a certain government in China though decides to actually like clean up their act and do something about it. Well, there's a saying: a company is a reflection of their government. And what is the current government of China? Well, it's up to you to decide. Honestly, if you decide to believe all the propaganda that is about China or not, well, that's up to you. And if you're just gonna think to yourself that, well, MiHoYo isn't really in China anymore, well, that's the thing. It is. Honestly. And that's kind of like the reality here as a whole, because you need to understand, as of currently right now, they're still in China. And as long as they're in China, they can, well, like literally by law, MiHoYo has to bend the knee to Chinese government. I mean, just think about that for a moment. By law, MiHoYo has to literally bend the knee to the Chinese government as a whole. So, just think about that before you all go on hiatus about this company, because, well, honestly, I have just come to the exception that this company doesn't fix itself unless it's willing to admit the fact that as long as its employees willing to admit that they literally are just being used, then, well, I mean, it's It really doesn't take much of a genius, honestly, to really kind of like put yourself in the thought process of anything. But yeah, just want to put this video up because honestly, so many people making their take on it, and I want to take my takes as somebody who has literally left the game because I was a D&D developer. Yeah, that's not even a joke. I left because when I started working on my D&D, I actually kind of came to the realization that like what MiHoYo was doing was just bad. It wasn't fun. It sucked. I played it for best part of probably like 2 years, and it's just I hated it. I genuinely hated it. Honestly, the constant censoring of the character and the fact that like this, regardless of how much you tried to complain and criticize, nothing happened. So honestly, I'm coming clean. Honestly, I just left the whole thing. Honestly, and I'm still just watching it all. And also at the same time, I'm also watching what's going on with China because honestly, if you really need to know how this bad it is, just check what's going on there. Is there anything anybody you can blame? Well, it's not just one guy. There's many others. So if you really wish to see MiHoYo become better, you're gonna have to ask yourself, is it really just MiHoYo? Or something more? But, well, what do I know? I'm just some crazy guy rambling about dumb conspiracy theory. But, well, I mean, there was obviously the theory that COVID came from China, so yeah. Funny, right? But anyway, this is just about it. So I mean, I don't really expect anybody to really put any comments on this video as a whole, but if you do, I really want to wish to hear what you guys think. Those 2 to 3 people who even decide to watch my channel, honestly. But I didn't want to make this video, but I had to. I'm still working on my whole thing, but well, that's just about it. But anyway, wish you all like good luck to all you fans out there who fight the good fight against this company. And honestly, stay strong. Honestly, one day though we can finally enjoy our waifu without some corporation or being influenced by a nation who is obviously being kept on the rope. But yeah, until then, see you all. Bye.